Hi guys, welcome back to part two of The Brilliant World of Tongue Aids by Liz Pichon. I still need to learn how to say that name. We stopped at break time, so I'm going to continue there today until I feel like I can stop or need to stop. This is all Liz Pichon's own work. I'm just reading it for entertainment pleasure. Let's get going. Break time. I'm catching up with a few friends who I haven't seen over the holidays. Mark Clump got another pet, but he won't tell me what it is. Norman Watson, not allowed to eat sweets or anything with E numbers in because they make him go really wild. But I can see him running around the playground with his jumper over his head shouting, I'm a spaceman, I'm a spaceman, which makes me think he's had a few sneaky sweets already today. Solomon Stewart, his nickname's Solid. He is the tallest boy in the whole school. He has grown up even more, I think. Then Derek comes over. He's in Mr. Worthington's class, not mine, because we chat too much. I've seen him loads during the holidays. His hair has grown, and he hasn't. I show him my ideas and drawings for a band name. He likes dog zombies best. Me too. When Marcus Meldrew barges into our chat. What's that? Ideas for our band. What band? Me and Derek are in a band, and we're thinking of what to call ourselves. That's easy. Really? Marcus has an idea? Yeah, just call yourself the Total Losers. Ha 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 ha, says Marcus, who's even more annoying this year than he was last year, if that's possible. Marcus being a twit. Ha ha ha. That's another drawing. Homework already from Mr. Fullerman. It's like we've never had a holiday. Homework. I'd like you all to write a review. It could be a review of a book, play, concert, or film. Something you have seen or read. Ask yourself lots of questions. Describe the book, the film, the concert. What did you like or not like? What was it about? Looking forward to reading them very much, Mr. Fullerman. I'll see what's on the telly tonight, then read the newspaper review. That's always a good start. Mr. Fullerman's shadow. Sitting so close to Mr. Fullerman is already proving tricky for me, because I'm being forced to work. It's exhausting. Amy doesn't seem thrilled to be sitting next to me. Maybe if she sees me working, she'll think I'm smart. I will try and impress her. She's just caught me sneaking a look at her work. I pretend to be drawing, but I've been rumbled. I know, I'll draw something funny, Mr. Fullerman with hair. Amy's still not impressed. After lessons, I meet Derek by the bike sheds. Our bikes are very cool. Mine's covered in stickers and doodles, and Derek's is a bit battered but super fast. There's a very odd-looking bike in the shed which catches our eye. Not in a good way. It's covered in fur and fluff with silly wobbly eyes and weird bits hanging from the handles. It looks like Marcus, Derek laughs, or Norman Watson on sweets, I say. I bet it belongs to a little new kid who doesn't know any better, says Derek. What kind of person would have a stupid-looking bike like that? I laugh. Ha 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 ha. We both laugh. Ha 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 ha. But Amy Porter is not laughing because it's her bike. School caretaker Stan is shaking his head and tutting in a disapproving way, which is making his keys jangle. Because I have upset Amy again. She calls me an idiot and takes her bike away. I say sorry, but Amy ignores me. She ignored my 5 merits too. It's been a terrible day. I'm a turtle. On the way home, I see posts. That was from the drawing, by the way. On the way home, I see posters for my favourite band, Do 3, all over the town. Even if this doesn't cheer me up, Derek still does his best to make me laugh. But all I can think about is Amy calling me an idiot, harsh, and Marcus calling us losers. Look on the bright side, Derek says. But when I ask Derek what the bright side actually is, he doesn't know. It's a saying. Great. I'll have to think of a way to make it up to Amy, which is not going to be easy. Band practice with Derek tonight might not be so good because there's absolutely nothing that will cheer me up now. Not a thing. Bad day, lots of scribbles. Mum's bought caramel wafers. Fantastic. My favourite, brilliant. Hooray, 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 hooray. I've suddenly cheered up. Derek and I ate 2 caramel wafers each and drank some squash. Perfect preparation for band practice. Mum tells me to leave on for Delia, as if. Instead, I take the last wire and show Derek my favourite wafer biscuit trick, which goes like this. Remove wafer biscuit from wrapper really carefully. Eat the last wafer biscuit quickly before Delia comes home, half each. Carefully refold the wrapper to look like a wafer is still inside. Watch Delia open the empty wrapper. Ha ha! My trick worked a treat. I could hear Delia moaning to Mum about me downstairs, so I take the opportunity to sneak into her room and borrow a few copies of Rock Weekly for Derek and me to look at. Good inspiration for band practice. There are loads of good pictures of bands inside. We take turns to try out a few rock star poses. Some of them are more successful than others. Delia's sunglasses. That's a label on a picture. Mustn't forget to do this week's homework. Write a review. Should be easy. Mr. Fullerman, I'm sorry. You'll never guess what happened. I've just finished writing my homework review when I accidentally spilt the biggest glass of water all over it. I'm very upset as it was a very good review, probably worth at least at least five merits, if not six. Oh dear, Tom, what a mess. I will look forward to seeing it redone for tomorrow. Watch out for those big pesky glasses of water in the future. I think I got away with that excuse. We'll definitely do it for tomorrow. Art. Art now, brilliant, as it's one of my favourite lessons. Mr. Fullerman would like us all to draw a self-portrait. These will be put around the whole school for everyone to see and laugh at, probably. Mr. Fullerman hands out small mirrors so we can look at ourselves while we're drawing, which is not easy at all. The class are all concentrating and quiet for a change, apart from Norman Watson who keeps shining his mirror in the other people's faces, so he's moved. Then Mrs. Worthington, Derek's teacher, comes in and takes over from Mr. Fullerman, who goes off to do something more important, like drink coffee and read newspapers. Mrs. Worthington sometimes takes us for maths. She's always very enthusiastic about everything. She's being enthusiastic now. Hello, hello, lovely class 5F. I'm looking forward to seeing all your lovely pictures, she tells us happily. Because I like art and drawing, I'm working extra hard. Amy's self-portrait looks a bit odd. She doesn't really look like that at all. Hers is still better than Marcus's. He's drawn himself with a really big head. Well, that's a bit true to life. Mrs. Worthington sees I've finished my portrait and comes closer to take a look. What a marvellous picture, Tom, she says. Mr. Fullerman will be pleased, she adds. But I'm not really listening to her because I have suddenly noticed that this close-up, Miss Worthington has something on the top of her lip that looks a bit like a moustache. I'm trying really hard not to stare. It's tricky not to. Don't stare, don't stare. Look at her face, not her moustache. Tom, why don't you do another wonderful portrait? Good idea. Only this time, really think about the person you're drawing and don't forget to put in lots of detail. Okay, Mrs. Worthington, I'll do my best. Here goes. And he's drawn a picture of Mrs. Worthington with her moustache. Ah, extreme close-up. I'm getting the feeling that Mrs. Worthington doesn't like my portrait very much. Or me, now. Oakfield School, R.E. Tom Gates. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Gates, I'm very sorry to inform you that Tom has detention tomorrow lunchtime. This is due to an unfortunate portrait he drew of me. I do hope Tom will learn the lesson that there is a big difference between drawing a portrait with detail and just being rude. Yours sincerely, Mrs. Worthington. Lesson learned. Don't let teachers see my drawings in the future. When I got home, Dad already knows about my detention because Mrs. Worthington was phoned. And more bad news, Delia took the phone call so she knows about it too. Great. Like the letter wasn't enough. Mrs. Worthington might as well have announced my detention with a plain Tom has detention, or a hot air balloon. Tom has detention. So everyone in the whole town knows. Groan. Dad tells Mum and now Derek isn't allowed to come round for band practice tonight and she's making me do an extra chore. Sweep the kitchen floor and take out the bins. Which mouth? Some choice. Delia is loving this. She keeps saying diddums to me in a really stupid baby voice, which is driving me crazy. But I can't let her see she is getting to me, or she'll keep saying it all night long and probably tomorrow and the next day too. Dad gives me one of his little chats and tells me if I don't work hard at school, I'll end up like him. Not such a bad thing if you ask me, because Dad's got a pretty good job. He has his own office. Well, it's a shed in our garden where he works on his computer designing stuff. Occasionally, he gets to work in other people's offices. Mum likes it when that happens because he has to look smarter and he earns more money. I prefer it when Dad works at home because he has a secret stash of caramel wafers in the shed that I eat, and Mum doesn't know about it. So there I am, sweeping the kitchen floor when Granny Mavis pops over to borrow a cookbook. Hello, Tom, just popping by to pick up a cookbook. I call my granny and granddad the fossils because they are both old and very ancient. You never use cookbooks, Mum says in a surprised way. I'm inviting the whole family round for lunch, Granny says. Really? Oh dear, that's not really very good news. Let me explain. Fossil alert! Granny Mavis and Grandad Frank are not your usual kind of grandparents, especially when it comes to meals. They like to experiment and eat very odd combinations of food, tea on cornflakes, and also pear and onion equals soup. More on that later. Also, Granny is just rubbish at cooking, so Mum looks up with a big pile of cookbook. Looks her. Try that again, Try that again, Danielle. Um, Also, Granny is just rubbish at cooking, so Mum loads her up with a pile of cookbooks in the hope she might actually follow a real recipe. I'm still sweeping and trying to make Granny feel sorry for me by doing my sad face. Hopefully she'll slip me a bit of extra pocket money. Granny does that sometimes, but Mum tells Granny why I'm sweeping the kitchen. Oh dear, rude drawing. Detention, blah blah blah, drawing, blah blah, moustache, blah blah. And now she wants me to go to the shop and buy milk. Work, work, work. So Granny can have a cup of tea. Luckily, Granny gives me extra money to buy myself a treat. Result. In the shop, I'm deciding how to spend my treat money. Sweets, caramel wafers, when I spot this month's copy of Rock Weekly. And on the cover is the best band in the whole world, Dude 3. I have to buy it, and there's even enough money left to buy for 2 fruit chews as well. Brilliant! Mum asked, where's the milk? Suddenly I remember why I went to the shop and had my copy of Rock Weekly. The shop had run out, I say. Phew, quick thinking. Must tell Derek about Dude 3. Granny Mavis has hot water with a slice of carrot instead, which is a bit bonkers even for her. I have read the whole interview with Dude 3, and I can't believe that they are totally coming to play a band concert in our town. I go to the computer to listen to their latest tracks and see where else they are playing. This is amazing. Derek is online and just as excited about it as I am. Do three, do three, do three, woohoo! Can't wait. Dude, man, will so be there. Me too, brilliant. Can I read your map after? Bring to school, yeah? Spend the do three words. Spread the do three word. Dad calling, time for burnt food. Pretend it's fast food and eat it really fast, lol. Ha ha. Give it to Delia, she won't see it with her dark glasses. Freak. Good news about the concert. Bad news. Me and Derek are too young to go on our own. Probably want to come too. Dad will probably want to come too, which is okay as long as I can get him to promise not to 1. Sing, 2. Dance, 3. Wear anything embarrassing, which could be tricky because he likes to do all those things, sometimes at the same time. I did it my way. Go back to reading my Rock Weekly. And here's the Rock Weekly thing. Do 3 on tour. Rock Weekly caught up with the dudes while they were getting ready to go on tour, playing all their hit songs. Do 3 rock, rock out, fever with the dudes, with a new album out soon. Do 3 is unstoppable. Do 3, catch the 2 3, hooray! And then it's got a list of places at the bottom where they're playing, and it says Oakfield. Yeah! Hardly slept at all last night. All I can think about is that Do 3 are coming to town. Fantastic. Even Delia seems excited. For her, anyway, it's hard to tell. As long as she doesn't stand anywhere near me, I'm not bothered. The tickets cost a lot of money. If I'm going to tell Dad to pay for them, I'll have to be on my best behaviour at all times. This will be tough but worth it. Have the remote control, Dad. You okay? Biscuit? Have you licked it? Tea? What have you broken? I'm reading my copy of Rock Weekly in the bathroom while Delia is banging on the door outside. The crosser she gets, the slower I read, and brushing my teeth takes ages. It makes me late for school again. Worth it. So I don't bother brushing my hair, just grab my clothes off my floor to wear. They're crumpled, but who cares? Then I stuff as much toast in my mouth as possible and take an apple to eat on the way, which is not easy on a bike. I make it to Mr. Fullerman's class with 30 seconds to spare. Busy. Me being busy. I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself, so I try another cheery smile at Amy, who for some reason makes a "you're disgusting" face at me. Why? Me smiling. Hi, Amy. Mr. Fullerman announces, I hope you've all remembered it's your individual school photo day. No, 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 I forgot. Smug Mug Marcus obviously did remember. He's looking all shiny, neat, and new. Ugh, yuck. I'm looking slightly more crumpled than usual due to my rush start to the day. Oh well, never mind. How bad can a school photo be? Bunny ears. Just going to stop there because they're about to go to their school photos. So that is a good place to stop. I'm on page 74. Thank you guys for listening and hope to get another read along to you very soon. Bye guys.